This is the Unbroken Protocol podcast. Now press play.
Welcome back to the Unbroken Protocol. I'm Abraham, and today is episode 7. If you want to do a triathlon in 2026, here's the truth. Most people don't fail because they lack motivation. They fail because they train like it's a mood, not a system. Triathlon is simple, but it's not easy. Swim, bike, run, plus strength, plus recovery, plus mindset. So today I'm going to give you a 6-part blueprint. 2 minutes each, not theory, a system you can run for the next 12 months. Let's start where most people ignore. Recovery. Recovery isn't spa day stuff. It's training adaptation. You don't get fitter during sessions, you get fitter because you recover from them. Allow me to say that again. You don't get fitter during sessions, you get fitter because you recover from them. So here's the recovery hierarchy. Sleep. If your sleep is inconsistent, everything else is just noise. Target a stable wake time. Same wake time, 6 to 7 days a week. That one habit stabilizes hormones, appetite, stress, and training readiness. Fueling. Most injuries are actually under-fueled fatigue. Tight calves, cranky knees, dead legs. If you train in the morning, eat something. On long sessions, practice race nutrition early. Don't save it for race season. Load management. Your body doesn't know pace. It knows stress. Rule: build volume like you're investing. Slow, boring, and compounding. If you spike run volume or intensity, you pay with your tendons. Down regulation. After hard sessions, 5 minutes of nasal breathing, long exhale. This teaches your nervous system we can work hard and come back to calm. Recovery isn't a bonus. It's the thing that makes your training count. This next one is huge. It's the one that I constantly see. Whenever I ask triathletes, what's your S&C like? They say to me, they go to the gym, and I'm like, what's the theme? So let's talk about strength and conditioning. Strength and conditioning is how you build a body that can handle triathlon training week after week without any mechanical breakdowns. I think of strength work as having 3 jobs: durability, efficiency, and force. For durability, you build tissue capacity in the places that carry the load. Think calves and Achilles for running, quads and patella tendon, hamstrings and glutes for hip control, upper back and shoulders for swimming, trunk strength for posture across all 3 disciplines. That means a repeatable menu. Split squats, step-ups for single leg capacity, RDLs and deadlift variations for posterior chain, rows and pull downs for shoulder health and posture, carries for trunk stiffness under fatigue, calf work, seated and standing, progressive loading. Efficiency. Strength keeps mechanics clean when you're tired. When mechanics stay clean, your energy cost drops. That's real performance. For force, we're not chasing maximum lifts here. You're trying to develop enough strength that endurance feels smoother and your form holds for longer. Programming-wise for S&C, most of the year it's 2 sessions per week, 40 to 60 minutes. Controlled reps, strong positions, leave a couple reps in reserve. As the swim, bike, run volume rises, shift to maintenance. Once per week, keep the essentials. Now let's go into running. Running is built through repeatable, progressive weeks. The sequence is straightforward. Build frequency, build volume, then add intensity. Start with a number of runs per week that you can maintain. For many people, that's 3 runs. For some, that's 4. Keep most runs easy and conversational. That's your aerobic base and the tissue conditioning. If continuous running isn't appropriate yet, run-walk intervals are a strong tool. They keep impact manageable while fitness and tendon capacity catch up. Once you've built consistency, just add 1 quality element per week. That might be a tempo run, meaning controlled comfort, intervals, short, crisp with full recovery, hill reps for power, form, and durability. Then you add a simple speed skill that's low cost. You start with strides, once or twice a week. After an easy run, 6 to 8 short accelerations, 10-20 seconds, full recovery on this one. For strides, improve coordination, elastic strength, and running economy. Injury prevention in running is mostly 2 things: progressive load and mechanics under fatigue. So you monitor signals, adjust early, and keep the week repeatable. The goal is not one big run. The goal is a body that can run consistently. That's very different. No hero sessions. Next one, let's talk about cycling. This is where you build your aerobic capacity with a low impact cost. One more time, a low impact cost. It's a major engine builder. The structure I like is 2 anchors. Anchor 1, an endurance ride each week. Zone 2, smooth pace, breathing, mainly controlled and conversational. This is where you're very gradual. So if you start off at 60 minutes, start progressing on to, let's say 75, 90 minutes, and then longer as your race demands. This is where aerobic depth is developed. Anchor 2, 1 structured intensity session. Depending on your level, that could be a sweet spot or threshold work. The goal is sustainable power, not chaotic suffering, not an all-out sprint at Regent's Park. A simple example, intervals you can repeat with consistent pacing and form. Now, cycling is also about position and posture. Aero position demands trunk endurance, hip control, and upper back strength. So you progressively spend time in that position, and you can support this with your strength work. Also, cycling is where you train your race fueling skills early. You practice carbs and fluids on longer rides that makes race day predictable because it's rehearsed. Now let's talk about swimming. Swimming is a skill-first discipline, and this is the one where you can leave your endurance at home for a second. Because fitness helps, but technique multiplies fitness. I've coached insanely fit people, runners, lifters, footballers, absolute engines. I've watched them get into the pool and then come out looking traumatized after a 25-meter swim. Not because they're unfit, but because water exposes what land training lets you hide: efficiency, breath control, and calm. So the system for swimming is simple: frequency plus technique plus short quality. 2 to 3 swims a week is a strong target because you're training your nervous system as much as your body. You're building feel for the water, timing, rhythm, and control. And every swim session has 3 priorities. Number 1, body position. High hips, long spine, head neutral. If your hips drop, basically you're swimming uphill and you'll feel like you're fighting for your life. Number 2, breathing. This is where most people get it wrong. They think they're out of breath, but what's really happening is CO2 retention. They're not exhaling properly underwater, so CO2 builds up. And when CO2 rises, the brain hits the alarm, panic, urgency, I need to breathe now. Everyone knows what happens afterwards. So they start snatching breaths, lifting their head, breaking body position, kicking harder, and suddenly that 25-meter feels like a full body crisis. Your cue is simple. Slow exhale underwater. Make breathing feel like it's meditational, nice and easy. Then the inhale becomes calm and peaceful. And number 3, the catch. No, you're not slapping the water, you're holding it. Stable shoulders, strong forearm position. You want to feel pressure on the water and move past it instead of spinning your arms and going nowhere. Here's a simple session template that works. Warm up to settle breath and body line. A drill block to reinforce mechanics. A short interval with rest so quality stays high. And then a cool down. And if you're racing open water, you practice open water skills early. Sighting, turning, learning to swim straight, starting under pressure, and just getting used to that feeling of having a wetsuit on. Let's talk about mindset and meditation. Your mindset is your ability to follow the plan when life is life. It's behavioral consistency. And there's 3 principles. Your first one, identity. You're not just training for a race, you're building the identity of someone who trains consistently and takes care of their body. That identity drives choices, sleep, sessions, nutrition, and recovery. The second one is thinking in systems. Make training a default, not a debate. Same training windows. Kit prepared in advance. Simple rules for busy days. Shorten the session. Keep the habit. Your system should work in real life. Third, calm under load. Meditation trains attention and emotional regulation. 5 to 10 minutes a day. Sit, breathe, notice, and then return. That return is the rep. That's mental strength training. You could apply this anywhere. When discomfort rises, stay present, being aware of what's going on, naming it, feeling it without questioning. And when discomfort rises, you stay present. You relax the face, lengthen the exhale, focus on the next small task. For swimming, next stroke. For bike, next interval. For the run, the next minute. Triathlon is a practice of steady execution, and that's a skill you can train daily. So Triathlon 2026 comes down to a clean system. Recover so you can adapt. Lift so you can stay durable. Run progressively. Build the bike engine. Swim for skill and calm. Train your mind so you can execute consistently. Build a system and you'll be ready. I'm Abraham. This is the Unbroken Protocol, and I'll see you next time.